Well, folks, more bad news for mainline riders. As you can imagine, I was not very happy today when I loaded the timetable page on the Long Island Railroad website and see that we have yet another weekend of this blasted Harold pre-testing that is going on, and it is the same shit again for us here on the main line with our service reduced. However, this time, because there is no positive train control testing, the Port Washington branch will be running half-hourly as well. So you'll have the pre-Little Babylon branch and the Port Washington branch running half-hourly. But for the rest of us, we're going to be dealing with crap again. And in addition to that, we have, guess what's back again, on the Ronkonkoma branch. Yep, as you'll see, we have bustitution going on again. So, yep, that'll be going on again. So the cheese may be back. It may not be back. Because Sunday I saw coach buses on there. I'll show you some footage of that in just a bit. But there was coach buses at Hicksville on Sunday. Not MTA coach buses. I saw some Academy, Accord bus, but more or less the same thing again with this double track work, which has to be done, and I understand why they have to run the bustitution. I totally understand why they got to run the bustitution. But what they should be doing is they should be making sure that they're, boy, here they made a mistake on the schedule again. They have it H at 30 at Mineola, but that train does not run. That train does not run because it's been cut back. So yeah, so we have the same thing again. I think the timing is very similar to what we had. Pretty much the timing is the same. I'm looking at the timing. It's pretty much the same timing that we had this weekend once again. So yeah, we have the bustitution on here. So I'll show you what I saw at Hicksville. They got coaches today. There you are. I just want to show you they got coaches today, and look, Academy. Maybe Mr. Ring really is watching my videos. Look, we got coaches. Yes. Alright, so as you can see, at least maybe there won't be cheese. Maybe there won't be cheese. Don't get your hopes up. Alright, but I didn't see any cheese on Sunday. So maybe Mr. Ring was listening to that. I also have to make an update to this. And this is these weekday track work schedules. This is going to be going on most of the summer. It's going to be going on beyond May 18th. Now, I actually have a real problem with cutting the 713 train and combining it with the 758. It's going to cause crowding. I understand due to track constraints, because there's only one track at Central Islip, they can't run it from Ronkonkoma. But what they should do is start the 713 from Brentwood and have a shuttle bus from Ronkonkoma, because now what you have is a almost 3-hour gap in service. It used to be 2 hours and 20 minutes or so. Now it's a 3-hour gap in service. The main line, they just don't care about trying to accommodate people at all, And then they should send this 656 train to Penn Station and bump one of the many Babylon trains that go in there. No, we can't do that. However, he was not listening to me about this, which is the same thing again. Due to East Side access, several Huntington trains are canceled. Many trains run on, I love how you say several. No, it's only hourly service again on the Huntington line again, and every 2 hours on the Port Jefferson. I mean, Port Jefferson is getting screwed. Not only do they have to deal with a train every 2 hours, they got to deal with a long local ride out of Hicksville. They should at least send those trains to Jamaica or something. Only the Montauk branch gets the Jamaica trains on the weekends. No, Port Jefferson doesn't get any of that. Once again, Port Jefferson is screwed once again. So it's what I'm not happy about. And if this happens, it really is looking like I'm going to have to go to the next Long Island Railroad Committee meeting and have a few words over this, because this is completely unacceptable once again with this hourly service. Completely unacceptable. And there's going to be a major rant in this video coming up about the snobs. I am going to completely rant about them, more than I've ever ranted before, because I've just about had it with them. But anyway, you can see here we got the hourly service at Mineola, and of course the train that runs to Hicksville to connect up with the bus at Ronkonkoma, but does not stop at Mineola. Of course it does not stop at Mineola. I'm telling you, I'm very concerned with this hourly service. It's starting to hurt Mineola. I'm seeing some businesses struggling here, and I'm really worried about the impact this is having on our economy. We cannot have this hourly service. It's unacceptable. At least have the Ronkonkoma train or the Hicksville train that connects up to the Ronkonkoma buses stop at Mineola. How can you provide Mineola with one train an hour between Penn Station and Mineola? That is completely unacceptable. That is completely unacceptable, Mr. Rang. He should have been able to do something by now. This is completely unacceptable. I have to go through yet another weekend of this shit, and it could be 3 more weekends, because I heard something like they're going to have to do 3 more weekends of this when I was at the committee meeting. Not the last time, the one time that I was there back in March. So, I think it was March. Maybe it was April. No, it was March. Was it April? I think it was. I don't even remember. When I was there, that's all I know. This is stressing me out. This is making me ill, this whole thing. And this has got to stop. This has got to stop. Not only does this have an impact on me, but it has an impact on so many other people. I've told you how to do this. I've told you how to do this already. I'm going to tell you again how to do this. All right, so we're looking at the Babylon branch schedule. Of course, none of their service is touched. None of their service is touched. So here's what I would do. I will explain it to you once again. All right? Anyway, let's get to the point I'm trying to make here. All right? Instead of having half-hourly service on the Babylon branch, which is not needed, all right, what they need to do, and I explained to you before, you see these diesel trains here. All right, these diesel trains. Yeah, the Montauk branch, because it's the Montauk branch and because it's along the South Shore, gets to keep all, you know what I mean? They get preferential treatment as it is, while Port Jefferson's treated like shit, and Port Jefferson is hurting really bad because of it. All right, let's talk. I talked about how this hurts the economy. All right, it's destroying people's lives right now. All right. Anyway, here's what you do. All right, you take these diesel trains here. That like this one here, all right? The one that leaves at Jamaica at 7:41, and the one that leaves at 5:41. And you have them add stops at Lynbrook, Freeport, Belmore, Massapequa, Amityville, and then on to Babylon. And they can make those stops there, all right, and accommodate some riders with half-hourly service on the Babylon branch. And you could easily walk. Like, let's say the train stops at Lynbrook but not Rockville Center. You can walk from Lynbrook to Rockville Center. It's only a mile, all right? Or if you're going to Merrick or Wantor, it's a 15, 20-minute walk from Belmore. How close is Hicksville in Jamaica to Mineola? That's a pretty long fucking walk. All right, so I don't want to hear about these snobs whining about walking a fucking mile. When I am getting screwed over and over and over again here in Mineola by this shit. All right? There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it. This is the first time I've gotten really angry since I moved. But this is really starting to piss me off. All right? There's a solution right here. It is plain as day. But no, we can't possibly inconvenience the snobs. No. For the 7th freaking weekend in a row, we can inconvenience people on the main line, on the Huntington branch, on the 7th freaking weekend. So as you can imagine, I'm pretty upset about this. And, I feel depressed. I feel, it's like a storm brewing over this whole thing, and I thought we should have been done with this shit by now. I really thought we were going to be done with it. It's extremely unfair when here you see the board at Mineola, and 1 train an hour to Penn Station at Mineola, a major station. Not enough service for a major station, and it's hurting our town. It really is hurting. It's not fair. We carry a lot more people than people on the Babylon branch, but the pretty little Babylon branch gets to keep all of its service. Look at how much more service they got to Penn Station. This is ridiculous. How can they get more service than we? Mineola is the second busiest station in Nassau County. And yet the snobs will say, oh, we've suffered too, we've suffered too, we've suffered too. They've suffered very little compared to what we've had to deal with. You know, here you go, empty platform. They're getting more service in Merrick than freaking Mineola. But because they're snobs, because they're lily white, they get to keep their service, while more diverse areas of the island that aren't quite as hoity-toity get screwed in the ass once again. So, yeah, this is Mineola. Again, busy station. Look at how many more people there are, but less service. What's wrong with this picture, Mr. Ang? Shouldn't you be doing something about this, Mr. Ang? Don't be intimidated by the snobs. Don't be intimidated by them. This is how our trains look because of this stupid Haverhill track work. Because of Mr. Nowakowski, this is how our trains look. Jam-packed. This was a Huntington train. And it connects up with a Port Jefferson train. You know, it's ridiculous. But the snobs, they'll whine. They'll whine, you know. Meanwhile, we get no seats in Hicksville still. Everybody's got to stand on the platform. We get no seats. But plenty of seats at Belmore, of course, for the Lily Whites in Belmore, of course. Look, I grew up in Belmore. I mean, I grew up in Wanto, which is the town next over, all right? It was a middle-class area, and these people just came in and took over, all right? And I don't want to live there again, but it annoys me that I can't even if I wanted to. This is Wanto. It's beautiful. Look at how much better it looks than Hicksville. It's like night and day. Hicksville looks Spartan, but we got a closed waiting room. They're doing some more work on it. I'm sure the one in Wanto is open, though. Sure it is. Sure it is. Only the best for the snobs, right? Look at them just getting off the train. All the lily white finance professionals getting off the train on that pretty little Babylon branch. They can't be hurt at all. No, we can't hurt them at all. They'll whine about how they've had some bad problems with their service. You know what I mean? But they haven't had bad problems with their service. They don't know what crowded is. They don't know what inconvenience is. They don't know what it's like to suffer. They do not know. They're in their own little bubble. And they keep trying to discount all the suffering we're going through here on the main line because of these cutbacks, because of this Harold track work, because somebody at the Long Island Railroad wanted to screw us. All right? These people got their Mercedes. They've taken over the South Shore, my former hometown. I am going to be bitter about it because I am. I grew up there. And now I'm priced out, and I'm pissed about it. All right? Sorry, but it doesn't mean I want to go back there, but it still pisses me off. All right? You know, and it annoys me a great deal. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to live there, all right? But the way the train service is here right now is ridiculous. Their stations are so much nicer, they get taken care of, and it's so freaking depressing around here, all right? But they got to shove their Mercedes in my face and say, we're better than you. We don't want you in our town. We don't want you at our train station.
I know people come from Westbury,
and they don't understand
East Meadow,
damn what it's like to
Hicksville.
suffer. And they think they can pull this joke over. Mr. Nowakowski, this is his last laugh. Look at him, smug and laughing out there like the piece of garbage he is. And he needs to pay for this. He thinks he can pull one over on us. All right? But it's all because of Governor Cuomo. People, stupid people out there, think that he's out to help the poor. He is an elitist. He is with Wall Street. He is a snob. Look at them. They look just like the kind of people you see on the Babylon branch. All right? But he would like nothing better than to force me and everybody else to his state, Phil Murphy's state. And while I don't agree with everything Phil Murphy is, what you see is what you get. He's honest. Cuomo lies when he says he's about helping transportation and the environment and all that. Well, he screws us. The fact is, they want us all in the state of New Jersey. That's what they want. They want to keep trying to force us out, making us so miserable that we leave. People like me, the disabled, and the middle class, and they just want to force us out. And it's not right. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. So, I'm sorry I expressed a little anger in this video, but it just pisses me off such a great deal. And I will say once again, I have no desire to ever move back to where I grew up, but I am bitter about the way it's changed, and that if I did want to go back home so to speak, I'll never be allowed back there. And so I am going to be pissed about it. All right? Please understand that it's a little chip on my shoulder, but I don't want to go back there. All right? I just want Mineola and the main line to get the respect and priority it deserves from the Long Island Railroad. And I'm going to keep fighting for this. Just because we have a new president doesn't mean I haven't forgotten. And I'm going to remind Mr. Philip Bang every single day that he is here to serve all of us, not just the people on the pretty little Babylon branch. So start making these changes to these schedules and make things a little more fair, because right now things are not fair. And for the snobs on the Babylon branch who just don't get it, once again, let me educate you. There is limited capacity due to this Harold track work, so a limited amount of trains can go in and out of Penn Station on these weekends. Your branch has an excessive amount of service while everybody on the main line is suffering. It's time to take away some of your service so those slots can be put onto some mainline trains that are much more overcrowded than your trains are right now. And there are plenty of trains that go down the Babylon branch that start at Jamaica but go nonstop to Babylon. They can make some of those stops, all right? And I don't want to hear you whine about walking, all right, when we have it so much worse with that, all right? Your stations are so close together, all right? So if a train doesn't make all the stops, it's not the end of the world. Here it is, all right? You walk to Jamaica or Hicksville. Yeah. Right, that's not going to make any sense. But that's how long I have to walk if I want to get half-hourly service. All right? That's bullshit. All right? So, as far as the snobs, I'm sorry I'm being so mean to you right now, or so angry about this, but I've just about had it with them. All right? They don't get it. They don't understand that there's limited slots at Penn. Why do you want to cancel our trains? Why can't we have everything? Because we can't, because there's a limited amount of capacity. It's just like the rush hour, all right? Like when they canceled the 506 train to Huntington, because of the track work at Penn Station. That train should have been reinstated, and they should have combined the 457 and the 503 Babylon branch trains, which make only 3 stops and are half full. They should have combined those instead of taking an already crowded Huntington train and then putting it on another crowded Huntington train at 517, leading to a dangerously crush-loaded train, just so your rich, filthy, snobby, lily-white asses can have an empty seat next to you. I'm sorry of it, and I'm sorry for the profanity in this video, but I am pissed off about this. This shit's got to end. Mr. Ang, please, you've got to take a stand against this. We cannot afford to have a continuation of the current way this railroad is being run, because it is going to destroy the middle of the island, and I'm sure Mr. Cuomo will be laughing when he gets reelected. It looks like more people are moving to New Jersey. That's it.